Those people are idiots.
Yeah, I would agree. No, they're not. There's some amazing people that say that, but I just think that they're very, very catastrophically wrong about this.
Yeah, people love to say shit like that.
To me, it's like saying you're...
The assertion that some people are simply idiots glosses over a more nuanced issue: our tendency to conflate innate ability with intelligence. Research in cognitive psychology suggests that even exceptionally talented individuals rely on intense, often unconscious effort and dedication. The myth of natural talent serves as a cop-out for those who refuse to acknowledge the hours of behind-the-scenes work required to excel. We do well to reframe our thinking around idiot as simply someone who hasn't yet invested the necessary time and attention to develop their skills.
To me, it's like saying you're a born mixed martial artist. Now, there might be people that have certain athletic gifts that make it, they get early wins, and there's just things that click into place for them in a way that it doesn't for other people. But if you get a grinder...
When someone claims to be a born mixed martial artist, it's a cop-out. What they're really saying is that their early life circumstances allowed them to develop the skills and physical attributes necessary for success in that field. It's not about innate ability. It's about exposure, access, and dedication. The difference between natural-born talents and self-made champions lies not in their DNA, but in the deliberate practice and sacrifices made by the latter. This myth of innate talent distracts from the hard work required to achieve mastery.
If you get a grinder, somebody that's really willing to put in the work, then you can get somebody who becomes absolutely extraordinary. So that certainly has been my life. So I grew up being taught to be a good employee, keep my head down.
The notion that a hard worker can be molded into success is both empowering and limiting. It implies that with enough dedication, anyone can achieve greatness. But it also glosses over the reality of systemic barriers and inherent inequalities. The truly successful often have access to resources, networks, and privilege that amplify their efforts. Yet, this doesn't negate the importance of hard work. It highlights the need for a more nuanced understanding of what drives success.
My face, embarrass myself, and realize I'm not a talented filmmaker. And in that...
What made you notice that you weren't, and why did you think you couldn't get better?
So, great question. So, when I started film school,
The moment of reckoning often lies in our willingness to confront self-doubt. What's striking is how often we tie our limitations to an unchanging notion of talent. But what if this perception of innate ability is merely a coping mechanism for the fear of effort? Research suggests that our brains are wired to respond more strongly to threats than opportunities, making it easier to cling to excuses rather than confronting our true capacity. Perhaps the real question isn't whether we're talented or not, but how we respond when faced with perceived limitations.
There's just some things. You either can sing or you can't. You either can draw or you can't. When it comes to art, which I saw film as art, you're either good or you're not. And so that was how I thought of it. Now, I thought you could get better at the technical side, so I was going to film.
The notion that some individuals are born with innate talent in a particular domain is an oversimplification. It's a relic of a fixed mindset, where ability is seen as an unchangeable trait rather than a skill developed over time through dedication and practice. This thinking can be damaging, fostering complacency among those deemed gifted, while discouraging others from pursuing their passions. The truth lies in the concept of deliberate practice, where expertise is cultivated through focused effort and learning from feedback. By adopting this mindset, we can shatter the myth of natural talent and unlock human potential.
And I was crushing it, certainly by my own estimation, doing very well, getting the attention of my classmates, and then only 4 people out of the entire school for your year get to make a
The trap of early success is a seductive one. We get caught up in the validation that comes with outperforming others. But this fleeting high can lead to complacency, as we forget that skill and technique are not fixed. They can be developed further. The real challenge lies not in initial achievement, but in sustained effort and continuous improvement. By focusing solely on short-term gains, we neglect the process of building a strong foundation for long-term success.
So it was like, yeah, man, I have it. And there were two filmmakers that were really big for me. One was John Woo. Do you remember John Woo?
Sure.
He was
Action
red
movies,
hot.
great
yeah,
movies.
like the 80s and 90s, just
Yeah, a lot of
smoking
pow, pow,
hot.
pow,
What happens when we attribute success solely to innate ability? We forget that confidence is often a cognitive heuristic, a way of navigating uncertainty rather than a definitive trait. Bilyeu's charisma might be convincing, but let's not conflate self-assurance with talent. It's possible for anyone to emulate their charm, but genuine mastery requires consistent effort and deliberate practice. By separating confidence from natural ability, we can shift the focus from innate potential to actionable improvement.
Great
Yeah,
movies.
like the 80s and 90s, just
Yeah, a lot of
smoking
pow, pow,
hot.
pow, pow.
Yeah.
A lot of shoot 'em ups.
A lot. And I loved him. And he was famous for, he would roll up on set. He wouldn't think about it ahead of time. He just put the camera wherever felt right.
Bilyeu's reverence for John Woo's work reminds us that expertise is often a product of deliberate practice, not innate genius. Our brains are wired to perceive the outcome as natural talent, rather than the years of effort and sacrifice that went into mastering it. This phenomenon is known as the sufficiency mindset, where we attribute success to internal abilities rather than external factors like training and hard work. By acknowledging this bias, we can begin to deconstruct the myth of natural talent and instead cultivate a growth mindset.
He was famous for, he would roll up on set. He wouldn't think about it ahead of time. He just put the camera wherever felt right. And his movies were mind-blowing. People always referred to it as his violence is like a ballet. It's that well orchestrated.
When we praise exceptional individuals, we often attribute their success to natural ability. But what if I told you that John Woo's masterful storytelling was forged through 50-hour work weeks and a relentless pursuit of perfection? His dedication is less about being gifted and more about embracing the process of deliberate practice. This mindset shift from talent-driven to skill-developing changes everything. By focusing on the cultivation of expertise, we sidestep the myth that some are born with an edge. Instead, we empower ourselves to develop our own abilities through sheer effort.
What are you trying to do with this company? Like,
literally pull people out of the matrix. So,
What?
yes.
wait a minute.
That is our stated mission, my friend. We are here to pull people out of the matrix. So
freaking
I can
me out,
I can
man.
walk you through it.
Bilyeu's question sets off a chain reaction. It reveals that when we focus on innate abilities, we often lose sight of our true objectives. What are we trying to achieve with this company? Is it growth, profit, or innovation? If so, talent is merely a means to an end. Instead of chasing mythical natural talent, we should be cultivating the habits and mindset necessary for success. This subtle shift in perspective can make all the difference between mere potential and actual achievement. The concept of natural talent can be a limiting and inaccurate way to view skills and abilities. Throughout this video, we've explored how people from various backgrounds have achieved success through dedication and hard work. We've seen how the idea of innate ability can lead to stagnation and underperformance. The takeaway is, don't wait for inspiration or genius moments. Focus on putting in consistent effort,